So for our consulting proposal project, we chose to analyze the wholesale flower distributor Caggiano Flowers. Our group consisted of Olivia Ray, Shannon Locke, Liz Mason, and Taylor Caggiano.
Our project objective is to analyze the company and propose offers of recommendation based on the criteria learned in business management responsibility. Caggiano Flowers is located in Medford, Massachusetts. It is a wholesale flower distributor that arranges and packages bouquets of flowers to the grocery supply chain Market Basket. Caggiano Flowers deals with large volume flower distributions, as Market Basket has 75 locations in New England, including Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. Caggiano Flowers has 25 employees, and their duties include cleaning, arranging, and packaging flowers. Also, there are a few workers who are responsible for transporting the flowers from the flower factory to the Market Basket warehouse.
The Caggiano Flowers team consists of 25 employees, 2 managers, 1 HR employee, and 2 owners. The 25 employees are in charge of arranging and cleaning the flowers in the warehouses. Getting the job doesn't require any high level of education, and they're typically trained right after being hired. They usually stay with the company for years because the environment is good and they don't have a strict workplace. They're allowed to listen to music, and they're really treated as valued members of the company. For the 2 managers, one is in charge of production, making sure that the bouquets are being arranged effectively and efficiently, and also making sure that the right amount of flowers are being used. The other manager is in charge of inventory, keeping track of the amount of flowers they have in inventory, and distributing the flowers from the cooler to the workers.
How long have they been together?
The HR employee brings issues from the workplace directly to the owners and also deals with paperwork and phone calls. Mr. and Mrs. Caggiano are the 2 owners. Mr. Caggiano directly communicates with Market Basket, orders flowers to be used in production, and oversees the agenda of the 2 managers. Mrs. Caggiano works on the floor directly with the 25 employees, arranging and cleaning flowers. They practice responsible management by working directly with the employees and by working to create a strong bond with them. For example, they get lunch with them, they provide means of transportation, and they become involved in their lives, not only in the workplace, but personally too.
In order to provide the necessary recommendations to the company, we first had to understand the market that they are in. Caggiano Flowers is a product differentiator. In order to stand out from other wholesale flower distributors that Market Basket has, they sell exclusively to Market Basket. In turn, Caggiano Flowers is Market Basket's first choice for special orders, as well as special promotions throughout the year.
After analyzing the business practices of Caggiano Flowers, we compiled a list of recommendations. We recommend that Caggiano Flowers expand their business, create a website, create a mission statement, update their recycling practices, and order flowers locally. We recommend that Caggiano Flowers expands their business because we see that they have opportunities to grow. Being a vendor of Market Basket gives them the resources and experience to reach out to other grocery stores and/or to seek new customers. Finding more business would be smart because Market Basket could drop them at any time and buy more flowers from one of their other vendors. 2 years ago, when Market Basket workers went on strike, Caggiano Flowers lost business for a month. Gaining more customers would prevent something like this from happening again. Another alternative for them to expand their business would be if they provide flowers to the public directly for weddings and funerals. In order to expand their business, it's essential that Caggiano Flowers creates a website. If the business were to create a website, it would help out in their marketing department. Since they currently do not have a website, word about their business is not easily spread, especially because they only distribute exclusively to Market Basket. With the website, Caggiano Flowers could have information about their business that talks about the history of the company, where they get their flowers from, and information on which flowers are currently in season and the types they use in their bouquets. Since they are a distributor and do not have direct contact with customers purchasing their products, a website would provide that form of communication. An email button that would allow customers to email Caggiano Flowers any questions or opinions would make it easier for customers to contact them rather than having to go through Market Basket.
Another way that Caggiano Flowers can expand their business is creating a mission statement. If the company wants to be more freestanding and get away from Market Basket, creating a vision statement or mission statement would only attract new customers. A clear mission statement would benefit their public image and advertise their company to the public. It would also market their image of family tradition that they... The mission statement that we came up for Caggiano Flowers that they can use in their business is, "We are a small family-owned wholesale flower distributor for a Market Basket, passionate about providing the best quality flowers to our consumers to show their loved ones affection." Sustainability doesn't seem to be on the front line of concerns for Caggiano Flowers. However, as they are a flower company that does not produce a wasteful product, they do not have a large footprint by default, and are generally not a company that produces a lot of waste. In a shrink report from Market Basket, which reports how much the company throws away and therefore wastes, Caggiano Flowers has reported to have an impressive 3% waste, with the national average being 10%. Within the company's infrastructure, there are non-wasteful energy sources. There are coolers that automatically shut off once they have reached the ideal temperature for the flowers, which reduces the amount of energy used to maintain the flowers. There are temperature-controlled trucks, which reduces energy used to transport flowers. The company uses LED lighting along with using a 3-phase electrical supply, which is more economic than a single-phase or 2-phase electrical system because it uses less conductor material to transmit electrical power. Despite the fact that Caggiano Flowers doesn't have a glaring issue with sustainability, there is definitely room for improvement. To date, they only recycle cardboard so far, which is obviously wasteful. Recycling was a concept not seriously considered by the company, and the motivation behind coolers that shut off and LED lighting seems to be more about cutting costs than being more sustainable. Although cutting costs is obviously important for any business, it would definitely be useful to incorporate recycling to make their footprint even smaller while also reducing costs. Our recommendations for Caggiano Flowers to update their recycling practices is to not only recycle cardboard, but also paper, plastic, and glass. And in order to have the employees practice these recycling practices, Caggiano Flowers managers should post flyers to remind the employees of the new practices.
Caggiano Flowers currently orders flowers from Guatemala, Ecuador, Colombia, and California. Since they come from so far away, the flowers are at times of poor quality. If Caggiano Flowers ordered flowers from local flower growers, the Massachusetts Flower Growers Association in Bedford to be specific, they would be practicing responsible management and lowering their carbon footprint. The Massachusetts Flower Growers Association is only 30 minutes away from Medford as well. Lastly, Mr. Caggiano told us about his long-term plans. He said that in the long term, he wanted to purchase bouquets already pre-made from flower growers in Ecuador, Guatemala, California, and Colombia. We believe that this would not be a responsible business practice because it will reduce the amount of employees needed and take away from the true mission of Caggiano Flowers of creating bouquets that are made with care and love. If Mr. Caggiano proceeded with this plan, he would merely serve as a middleman, and Market Basket may realize that they do not need Caggiano Flowers and drop them as a vendor in their company. I think that Mr. Caggiano should terminate his long-term plan and instead focus on expanding his business to new customers.
Thank you for taking the time to view our video presentation based on our analysis of Caggiano Flowers. If you have any further questions regarding our examination and recommendations to Caggiano Flowers, don't hesitate to email us. And also don't forget to buy Caggiano Flowers at any Market Basket location.